Well, welcome back to another episode of On the Rocks with Tracy and Angie. We are here with what are we doing here?
We are drinking a non-alcoholic beverage
For a change.
called Zevia.
Zevia. I have the root beer flavor, and Angie has the cola flavor.
I have cola.
And I have switched to this soda. It is the best soda I've drank that's got no calories, no carbs, no chemicals. The stevia is organic. It's, the leaves of the stevia plant for sweetener. And it's got this is the root beer. So, I mean, like when I'm pouring this root beer in my glass, as you can see, it's clear. So there's no root beer, the chemicals of the coloring, no color, no nothing. And the soda, the cola, is also exactly the same way. It's clear. So it's not, there's no fake stuff that's in there.
See, clear as water.
Yeah.
And it tastes
It's
pretty
cola.
good. I'm not a fan of like fake sugar stuff, though.
It's not fake sugar.
I know,
it's
but
real
it's like,
sugar. It's a stevia plant.
I know, but it's still like that, like the, what's the other one?
Well, you get used to it. I mean, it's really good it's not bad for you. You know what I mean? If I'm going to drink something, I want to drink so it's not bad for me. Other than, of course, my tequila, which is still a plant.
Just kind of coats my tongue, goes up.
Yeah. It does have a little bit of an aftertaste, but so does soda. So does anything you drink, juice, whatever. I mean,
So does
it
tequila.
does. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. So I hear what's been going on with you and everything. How is everything going?
Nana life is really tough.
Tell me about it.
I took a chin to the cheek and a tooth to my eyebrow as we went ass over tea kettle trying to get Alice and I onto the hammock. The baby was fine. But I saw like she had like blood like on her like lip, and I was like, oh my God, she's bleeding. And then I went and wiped, and then I was like, I felt it running down my eye, and I'm like, oh no, hell, that wasn't that. Oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, blood pouring down my face.
Well, I'll have to tell you about one of my grandma experiences, my Nana experience too, because I'm also Nana. So now we're in Jersey, packing up my daughter's house, getting ready. This is our last time there. So I had bought my grandson this little ball thing, and you charge it up, and then it kind of like floats. So you can like wing it there and catch it there, and it floats to you and all this stuff. It's weird, right?
Okay.
So he was a little afraid of it. So now I sit on the couch, and he's hiding behind me, and my daughter and my son-in-law, and we're throwing the ball to each other. And every time it comes to my way, because it kind of flies, like it's suspended in air. And he's like ducking behind me and hiding and everything. So now he's like, because he is so strong, my grandson. I can't tell you how strong he is. It boggles my mind how strong this kid is. And he's like, every time he's trying to hide, he's pulling me down, right? So now I figure in my mind, I'm trying to get up off the couch, and they throw the ball at me, and he tries to duck behind me. And he has this little creature that he holds on to called Romeo. And Romeo has spiked hair that is jet black, that is pure plastic things. Okay. Well, he got the Romeo right into my eye, and I go, oh my God, my eye. And I get up, and now I didn't want to, go freaky, because I knew he was already feeling bad. So I went in to look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God. And when my daughter saw it, it freaked out, and she's like, oh my God. So thankfully Mike's mom is a nurse. And so we called her. So she looked at it, and she said, if I were you, I would go to the emergency room. So now I'm like, I don't want to go to the emergency room. And my daughter's insisting that we go. And so I wound up with a scratched cornea, and I had this blood pocket in my eye. It's still there, but it's much better. But it was my whole eye looked satanic, really. When you looked at my eye, it almost looked like
all the
devil
white
eye on
was
one
red,
side.
right?
Oh my God, it was blood. Like it was a big blood bubble. It was terrible. It was terrible. So the poor kid, every time he looked at me, he goes, Nana, are you okay, Nana? And he would take his little hands and he'd pull my head over there. It was the cutest thing. But I felt terrible. But yeah. So, but now I'm so nervous when he's around with them toys. And he's like, look, Nana, see this, Nana? And I'm like trying to back up because it's like, oh, stay back a little bit.
I was like, thank God for my glasses.
Yes.
Because like at least she got me up on the brow.
Yeah.
And not like
in your eyeball. Yeah. Well, who would have thought? I don't know how it even happened, but I felt something scratching my eyeball. Now, like I felt the scratch, and that's when I was like, "Oh my God!" So I think it was Romeo, though.
Wonder if God's trying to tell us something. It was my right eye and your left eye.
What is he trying to tell us with that, Ange? Open our eyes.
Ooh, to see all there is to be seen.
Gag me. Come on.
Maybe.
Lord, forgive me. So anyway, that's a fun story.
So to all you nanas out there that have suffered nana injuries, like cheers to
you.
Cheers
with
to
our
us.
soda.
It can be a little bit of a rough life. Injuries we're not used to.
I definitely, I tell you right now, I feel like I got to work out and build up some muscle to be able to handle my grandson because he's so strong. Like he'll pull me and he'll like almost knock me over. It's crazy. But, and of course I love it, but I try to tell him be gentle with Nana. Nana's an old lady. So he goes, you don't look old, Nana. I'm like, I love you so much more now. Come here. But anyway, it's really fun. It's fun to have them so close now that they're home.
Yes.
Love having my daughter around all the time, and my son-in-law is a blast. And so, it's great.
Having
really great.
fun.
Yeah, having fun. Yeah.
That's good.
So tell me about you. What else? What's been up with you since I'm talking about myself all the time?
Well,
I'm sure probably am.
Well, this kind of leads me into something. Is the other day I was watching Tucker Carlson, and he was interviewing a brother and a sister, Casey and Callie Means, and both of them were like highly successful. He was a Harvard graduate and went to work in D.C. like in the lobbying for like food companies and stuff like that. And his sister was a Stanford grad and graduated top of her medical school, all these accolades. She was a fifth-year resident when she started wondering why, she is fifth year in her residency. She is a doctor specializing in head and neck surgeries. And she was like, why do I keep seeing all of these people with, sinus issues? And she's like, she could go in and temporarily relieve the pain, but the underlying thing of everything was like an inflammatory process. And she was like, why don't we put all of this stuff together? So then their mom got sick and she died. If y'all haven't watched it yet, you really should. Did you watch it? What
is the book called? No, I didn't watch it, but I know about the book.
Yeah, she wrote a book called Good Energy, which I got and I meant to bring to show to you guys, but forgot the book because, nana brain. But anyway, but I mean, it was just really, really interesting how he came at it from the lobbyist food portion. She came at it from the medical.
But they're very well-educated people as well.
Oh, yeah. Highly educated.
So,
and how they started figuring out, which I didn't realize, that R.J. Reynolds and Philip Morris back in the 90s, when it was no longer conceivable to hide that cigarettes, caused cancer and caused lung problems and health issues and everything like that. They took all of their scientists that had made nicotine addictive, because nicotine naturally occurs in a lot of the foods that we eat.
And they wanted to make it addictive so people would buy more. The more it was addictive, the more that people would buy. Okay.
So they took all those scientists and moved them over into the food companies. They started buying food companies. They brought like General Mills, Kraft, Nabisco, all these, processed food companies.
And this is why you can't stop at one cookie.
Exactly. And why we have such an obesity epidemic in the country.
It's terrible that this is what's going on, and we don't know. We didn't know about that. Like, they don't let us know about our own bodily intake of fruit. Have you seen the fake food thing that's going on now? It's all over TikTok about.
I saw the thing about the rice where they say it's like plastic.
Rice
or something.
is like plastic. My daughter showed me this. Okay, so she pulls it up on TikTok, and I'm going, fake food. And so there's videos of these women that, like, they're buying bananas, watermelons, even I with blueberries. That's a story for you. So now I'm watching this on TikTok, and they're cutting into this watermelon, and they're noticing that the skin, you know how you have your pretty watermelon colors on the outside of the watermelon, and as she's cutting into it, you can literally peel the skin off of it like it's a thin layer of paint. It looked like, and so she's peeling it, so the pretty layer comes off like a thin thing of paint. It peels just like, it looks like paint. And then, and the melon then itself that you cut into is like not a very nice looking color. And then when you cut into it, there's no seeds, not even little tiny white things that look like seeds. And it's like rubber. It's like they stretch it. You can't rip it off. You can't break it off. You got to go on TikTok and see this fake food stuff that's coming out. Same thing with the banana. They went to peel a banana. The banana peeled, but they couldn't even cut it. You know how you can cut a banana? You should be a boop, 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 boop. You can cut it. No, it's don't cut. It doesn't cut. So now I'm going, oh my God. You know, I was wondering, because usually I go to Preen's or organic stores to buy my blueberries and my fruit. And I didn't go to get this particular thing of blueberries. I did the delivery service this particular time. And so I'm taking my blueberries and I'm putting it in my few here and there in my yogurt at night for my little snack. And I bought like 2 bins of this blueberries. And I'm like, this is going on weeks. And the blueberries are still there. They're not smushing. They're not turning, moldy. Nothing like all the other organic ones that I had bought.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm going in there for the blueberries, I said, my husband must have turned the refrigerator up back here, because it's like these blueberries are staying pretty fresh. It's pretty good. So, that's great. So now I see this damn thing on TikTok, and I'm going, oh my God, I bet my blueberries are fake food. So I pulled out what was left of the blueberries, and they're still good. I picked up a couple of them. This is going on 2 weeks. I'm telling you, who has ever kept blueberries? In my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I
did it taste like a blueberry?
I didn't taste it as a blueberry, because I put it in my yogurt with honey and other fruits.
Okay.
So I wasn't like tasting the blueberry.
Just
eating it in the yogurt, right?
Yeah.
And so I cut a couple of them open, and I looked in, and I pulled them like this, and they were still solid. So they weren't even mushy. I could cut them in half, right? After 2.5 weeks, right?
Wow.
And I went to squish them, and no juice came out, no nothing. And it popped back like, I'm like, wow, would you consider this rubber? Because it doesn't look like a blueberry. It wasn't even a blueberry inside. It looked like
the fleshy
yellow. It was like weird looking. And I'm going, oh my God, this is fake food. Exactly what they were putting on TikTok. This is exactly what it is. Well, I threw them out. I won't buy anything other than organic at this point now. And it's like there's fake food everywhere you go. Fake chicken, rubber chicken.
Yeah. Oh God.
I can't even, when it's has
well,
no
they
taste.
say like olive oil.
Avocados as well. Avocados, you can they were twisting them on and around. It's like everything that you think.
I have gotten a couple that are real, like kind of hard, but they're brown now on the outside, so they should be like mushy and like ready to go.
And they're bright green on the inside. Yeah, like rubber. Yes. And they don't taste as nutty either.
I didn't even eat it. I just threw it out.
I love avocado, but they don't get to the point where you get soft anymore. The skin turns brown, but the inside is still green and rubbery. It's so weird.
It's disgusting what they have done to our food supply.
Even your high-priced, it's disgusting. Your high-priced olive oils now, they're cutting it with lower-priced olive oil and selling them to you for the higher-priced cost. It's not even real olive oil, really. They're cutting it with castor oil, well, that's not, castor oil is actually good for you. The organic canola. Castor oil. Yeah. They're just cutting it with crap oil and putting it in a little of the olive oil in there.
And put some chlorophyll, make it green.
Make it green, and you're just, it's false advertising. It's illegal to do, and no one really seems to care about it. So all these food store companies or olive oil companies or whatever are making buku bucks on our bodies and what we're putting into our bodies. So that's
taking advantage.
Taking advantage of, what? The fact that we have so much other things to worry about, and now we still have to worry about what we're eating in our food.
Well, she got on like in that book. Well, actually in the interview, I'm just starting the book, but she went on to say how they put us on, she called it the pharmaceutical treadmill. And if you think about it, like the minute that a baby is born, they give them a hepatitis B shot, which is a sexually transmitted disease, or through IV type, blood to blood. I mean, how is a newborn baby going to be exposed to hepatitis when it's so tiny and it's brand new and it's hours old, and then they smear its eyes with the erythromycin ointment, and that's for a chlamydia infection. So if the mom, which they test the mom for prior to the mom giving birth, so if the mom doesn't have it, the baby doesn't need it, but they just start us on this,
anyway.
Yeah, they just, every baby, doom. And how she was just talking about how she became really disillusioned because as a doctor, she started realizing that all of this stuff is basically boils down to the metabolism of our cells, and our cells, every cell in our body requires energy. And if we're not giving it good energy and we're feeding it with all of this stuff that our body can't even recognize anymore, which, probably why we have so many gluten allergies. Who the hell was allergic to wheat 30 years ago?
Right.
I mean, minuscule, but they've genetically modified it to such a point that the body doesn't even recognize that it's wheat, thinks it's some massive invader, and goes in and just starts attacking itself.
Wow, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's like your metabolic rate. They want you to, it comes up, your metabolic is what burns your fat and your calories and all your bad stuff. And the more stuff you're putting in, the more your body can't handle all of that. And so it's not being able to get rid of it as quick as it normally would, because everything is now garbage.
And it's amazing, like the stuff that our FDA allows into our food supply that Europe, where you were just there, I mean, they don't allow that crap.
No.
And I've
Italy
heard of,
as well. I mean, everywhere, any other country I've been, Mexico, Italy, it's all organic, beautiful looking foods that you're eating.
Well, if you read the labels, none of like all the colors, yellow dye this and red dye that and blue dye that. No, I mean, they can get yellow from turmeric.
Yeah.
They can get red from beets. They could get green from chlorophyll. So, I mean, it's like they don't need to put all these man-made
on top
dyes
of all
in
the
the crap
pesticides that they put in it as they're growing it. I mean, what's the sense? You know what I mean? I guess maybe we're better off eating rubber. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I don't know. But, so I thought it was, what did you think about this week, RFK endorsing Trump?
I was so thrilled.
Right?
I was so thrilled. Yes.
I am very excited about that.
Very excited about that. But what do you think about Kamala Harris not wanting to talk to any news agencies and handpicking the ones she wants to talk to? That's just crap. Get off the stage, Kamala.
She's following in Biden's footsteps.
I can't stand it. And so is the vice president she picked, another liar who says he was in the military.
Tampon Tim.
Isn't that what? Yeah, tampons in the men's bathroom. Can you believe that? I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Can you imagine like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy comes across tampon. I mean, first of all, they're going to open it up because they're going to want to know, well, what the hell is a tampon? What does this look like? Whatever. I mean, those things are going to be slung all over the school and everything. I mean, like, it's terrible. So stupid.
I really believe that they should have a transgender bathroom put into all the schools if it's such a big deal. Because either you're turned from a male into a female or from a female into a male. So they should all be going into one bathroom because they were either one or the other at one time, and leave our kids that are female and males and know and like what they are and stay that way they are. They don't need to intermingle all of this in a bathroom situation. In a bathroom situation, correct.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
But yeah, and I mean, even like, you know, that then again can go back to the food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they put soy in everything because it's heavily subsidized by the government, subsidizes these agricultural farms because they've run all the little farmers out of business. They're buying the farms out. Our government is buying the farmers out so that they can make more money by selling to these big business companies to grow what they want or what they tell you they want, than to grow what their crops are and what they've been feeding America with for years. So the farmers are really suffering as well. And not really are they suffering, they're selling out. And it's like, so if you have to think about you're going to make $1 million on this batch of food, if I tell you to destroy it rather than sell it to consumers who want authentic food, you know, it's going to come down to that at some point, which is almost to that point now. It's like, so the farmers are selling out, burning their crops because the companies are buying them for millions of dollars, and they're literally burning their crops because our government doesn't want us to have the good food, or they're storing it somewhere, or I don't know literally what they're doing. I'm just surmising that. But let me also put that out there with this transgender bathroom gig. By no means am I offended by transgender people, race, whatever. I believe everyone has the right to do whatever they want, but don't then push your stuff onto our children and those of us who want to be exactly what we were made and born to be. So that's all I have to say about that. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. So pretty exciting, I think, with RFK, because I think Trump will, well, I mean, they were doing a bunch of polls and they figured out, RFK actually figured out that he was actually in the swing states, and he's only removing himself from the ballot in the swing states because that's where he figured out that he was hurting Trump. Right. He was actually pulling more Trump voters than he was Kamala Harris voters. So I think in those swing states, I mean, that's got to put him over the top. Yeah. I mean, I would. And then in the other states, he's still on the ballot for running, or did he pull himself up? Oh, he's still in running for president. JFK. He suspended his candidacy, but because a lot of the states, like their deadlines, and they've already got, I mean, some states start voting in like 3 weeks. Yeah. So his name's already on the ballot in those states. He's only removing his name from the ballots in the swing states. Right. So Wisconsin, Michigan, the other Pennsylvania states can vote for him that are more, so it would be either him or Kamala Harris, because we know they're not going to vote for Trump, or there's still he's like, it's going to be Trump. Well, he's like in the regular or whatever, like red states, blue states, you know, I mean, those are already pretty much decided. Everybody knows California is going to vote Democrat. New York's going to be Democrat. Florida, and, you know. We don't know that for sure. No. Well, I mean, I see Jersey. We just don't know that for sure. Maybe New York. I mean, maybe there's enough New Yorkers. God, please let there be enough wouldn't that be something if he won freaking New York or New Jersey? That really would be. Or New Jersey for sure. I don't think New York, no, they just dislike Trump for stupid reasons, and they just can't get over their But I want to see RFK like with vaccines. And he's a smart man, let me tell you. With the food industry, and like he wants to make America healthy again, like in this unity party. And he's very into his health. He's body. He's got rock he's 70 under that suit, man. I know. And like, good for you. You got Tulsi Gabbard now, And I think, there are so many. I mean, I know a lot of Democrats, right, that don't agree with the rapid, like, turn to the left that the Democrat Party has taken. Because, I mean, think about the 60s, 70s. Democrat Party was the party of the working class man. He was the part, Republicans were the country club, corporate guys, whatever. Now, I mean, it's like everything is like completely like it's been like upside down world.
Yeah.
The free speech, anti-war, those were all Democrats. So a lot of those guys, Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
RFK,
Right.
Democrat his whole life.
Correct.
And now it's like this
It's a switch.
upside down switcheroo where we're all going, what the hell?
Well, I think they have to do that because, I mean, they just aren't believing in the same things that the Democrats were supposed to be back then. They're completely changing. They're unrecognizable to a lot of Democrats who have been Democrats for their lives and their fathers before them and their fathers before them. So, I mean,
I foresee a lot of Democrats
it's flipping.
voting for they'd never admitted in a million years that they ever went in and ticked his name off on the box. But I could foresee a lot of them.
That would be a great thing.
Because we need to save our country.
We definitely need to save our country. We need to save this world. And I think that our country is the only one that can help to do that. And so with Trump at the helm again, we were definitely starve off war to come to our country. That's the one thing we don't want, nor do we need, is for war to come to our country.
I don't think war would, because we got 450 million guns here. I think
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm out there fighting. I'll be out there fighting. I mean, I got a lot of something. Don't want to say what I got, but come on for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm excited for
I'm excited for this
aspect.
election, and I'm just keep in my mind consciously saying Trump, 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 and praying to God for a lot. Amen. Please, Lord,
Yes,
let Trump
pray.
get in.
Oh, my Bible verse for the day.
Oh yeah, what is
Okay.
that?
Bible verse for the day. I wanted to talk to you about it anyway. Hold on. I got to read it. Bible verse for the day is, look, I'm standing at the door and knocking. If any hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to be with them. I will have dinner with them, and they will have dinner with me. Revelation 3, verse 20. So I started thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, I'm standing at the door and I'm knocking. And if you hear me and you let me in, right, God will come in, he'll dine with us, But what kind of puzzled me a little bit was, I think in this verse, who do you think he's talking to?
In which verse? This verse?
Yeah. I'm standing at the door and knocking. If any hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to be with them and have dinner with them, and they will have dinner with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
To his church.
To his church, his believers, those that believe in him.
Which
Because
actually,
those are really the only ones that can hear him anyway. If you don't believe in God and you denounce God, God's, I mean, listen,
Hi,
God is
buddy.
always open. How you doing, Bubby?
Hi, buddy. We have our little guest.
You have a little guest.
Do you want to come up here?
No, come on here, baby. Booby.
Come on. Come on. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that goes to show that God seeks us out.
Of course he does.
Like, even if we may be at a point where maybe we don't want to open the door, or he still will come
Of course.
knocking.
Oh, yes.
Right?
He's been knocking at my door for years, let me tell you. Before I even wanted to let him in, he's been knocking. He's been after me for a long time, but so is the devil. So You know, that's what happens. It's like when you let God in, the devil's right there because the devil wants what God has. And that's where the fight becomes with your inner struggles.
And your outer struggles.
Yeah. So.
Well,
that's a wonderful, wonderful passage. And I love that it was Revelation.
Yeah.
In Revelation. I have to really get into Revelation a little bit more because, I mean, I believe that we're coming into those times now. And I've always usually been afraid to read Revelation because I'd be like, I don't really want to know what's coming, you know?
Well, remember the series we read back?
Yes.
The Left Behind series. We read that years and years and years ago.
Yes.
That
With
was
Nikolai. Yeah, the Antichrist who rose through power and no one knew where he came from. I always said that was Obama back in the day, but now I'm sure that it's not. Although you never know because he's behind pretty much everything.
Yeah.
He's running America, I think.
He's on his third term now, wanting his fourth and fifth.
Right, yeah. And so is Clinton right there beside him.
Ugh.
So that being said, vote Trump. Tune in next time.
Oh,
what?
Well,
anything else?
There was a meme, but never mind.
Oh, go ahead. Do a meme.
No, I don't think I probably should.
Oh, I think you should.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's do a meme.
Okay, I got it today, and I was like dying laughing. It's a picture of Kamala and Hillary, and it says, "Funny how BJ's impacted both of their careers, but very differently."
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, truthful, yay or nay? I say yay.
Like one was,
and listen, and Pelosi too. She must have been doing some good stuff back then because she's got the secrets of a queen of whatever. She should be like locked away.
Sorry for my dirty thoughts, but that cracked me up.
It wasn't yours though. It was a meme. Someone else wrote it.
It was a meme, yeah. But oh my God, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But with that, maybe we should end this episode.
Wonderful episode. Yes. Be thankful for everything that God has blessed you with. Thank you. I thank you for Miss Angie. And I'm so blessed to have you as my good friend.
Thank you for joining us.
And thank you for tuning in. And tune in next time when we're here. Ciao.
Peace.